I'm Brent Humphreys, joined by my co-host Joey Mullins. Joey, we're live on YouTube once again here. This is mine and your first time live on X. How you doing, man, tonight?
Doing good. Just watched some Thursday night football. A little disappointed. Good game, but you know,
Good game. Daniel Jones played pretty good. Dak Prescott had a decent game, but they only
yeah,
involved like two receivers on each side. No
did.
rushing attack from either one of them, really. And you had bets on them like we did. Didn't turn out so well. Close on everything we had, but just we couldn't push it through.
Me,
Thanks a
me,
lot, Jake Ferguson and Brandon Cooks. Jake Ferguson, why couldn't you jump one more foot there and got another yard, please? But anyways, I digress. Dallas wins that one there, and but that's NFL. We're here for the college football pick'em. It's going to be
absolutely.
a good weekend. We got some big games coming up, man. I'm excited for it. But first, we must talk about our records from last week.
Oh boy.
Joey, week 4, you went 17-4 in your picks.
Hmm,
Pretty good. It's a little bit down from 17-1 the week before.
it
I
is.
went 15-6. Not bad. I mean, both winning records. Overall, your record is 67-16, and mine is 66-17.
Hmm.
That close, like that close.
Wow.
We're neck and neck right there on that. It's pretty remarkable. That's a
And we
good
pl-
overall record.
and we play each other in fantasy football this week. So.
I wasn't gonna say nothing yet, but I'm about to
Oh
talk some smack, real smack here. No,
boy.
but man, this my college football picks are looking a whole lot better than my NFL picks so far. The NFL has been wildly unpredictable. College
It is.
football, there's not been a whole lot of upsets, but there's been a few here and there. I've tried to pick a few upsets that didn't really turn out the way I thought, but it's been a good season so far, and this week coming up, I think we're really going to kick it into high gear for some real good football.
Yep.
Well, last week we've got to talk about it, man. Your team, the North Carolina. Oh, let's not start there. How about we start with Colorado played Baylor last week. Me
There
and
we
you
go.
were watching the game, chatting about it together. At one point in time, Baylor had a lead, blew it. Hail Mary at the end for Colorado, a miracle play to take it to overtime. I mean, what a great ending of it. You told me, you said, man, look at that Nick Sirianni looking guy over there on the field, Baylor's coach. And I'm like, Baylor's coach is a bald guy over there. I was like, that don't look like Nick Sirianni. Nick Sirianni's got a lot of hair. And I was like, Nick Sirianni? And you're like, not Nick Sirianni. You're like, the Jets coach. And I'm like, yeah. And you're like, Robert Saleh. And I'm like, yeah, that's that. He looks like him. Yeah, for sure. But I was like, Nick Sirianni, I don't see it. But,
Yeah. I didn't either after I thought about it.
I was like, well, I mean, that's interesting there. So we just started calling everybody Nick Sirianni after that. Like, hey, look,
Everybody.
Coach Prime over there. Coach Prime, that's Nick Sirianni. What are you talking about?
That's Nick.
Who hit that
Everybody's
home run? Who hit that
everybody's
home
Nick
run for the
Sirianni.
Phillies? Who hit that home run for the Phillies? Nick Castellanos? No, Nick Sirianni. Who's pitching tonight? Nick Sirianni.
Yeah. Who else? Not the bald guy.
Man. No, not the bald guy. Not the bald guy. But like I said, that was a very entertaining game last week. Awesome game there for Coach Prime and the boys to pick up the win to go to 3-1. But their schedule is about to get really tough. We'll pick that game after a while.
Mm-hmm.
Kentucky got a win. They look pretty good against Ohio. Pretty good. You can tell where I'm going with this, right? I'm kind of easing into.
Let's stop right there. We got Virginia Tech and Miami coming up tomorrow night.
Well, like I was telling Gage on the other podcast, North Carolina played one guy named James Madison, and the one guy named James Madison hung 70 on North Carolina. Football, not basketball. This was not a basketball game. But the one guy, James Madison, One man hung 70 points on, and it was 50 something to whatever at halftime. Joey, what happened last week? Mike Brown was talking about maybe just going ahead and quitting, hanging it up. Man, not good last week at all at Chapel Hill, man.
No, complete embarrassment. I don't know. I don't even know where to say to go from here. Like, it's one of them things where it's like, man, you got to figure some stuff out, but that was embarrassing. I mean, I was literally at a loss for words watching the game. I'm like, what am I going to say on the podcast? Like, nothing. What can you say? Like, it's a beatdown.
It was on the same time the Kentucky game was on, and I was like, this score can't be real. I was like, what is going on? I texted you. I was like, dude, what's happening over there right now? You're like, I don't know. I have no idea.
I have no idea.
And it's like, man, that escalated quick. And only thing I could think of is here in a couple of weeks, James Madison's going to be playing some Tuesday night games. Oh, yeah. It's time to put a little wager on some James Madison right there.
We know where that's going.
He's one man, but, I mean, if you put up 70 like that, I mean –
he's a bad man, son.
He's a bad man to do that, no doubt about it.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Like I said, Kentucky took care of business against Ohio. Wasn't the best game. Dane Key played pretty good. You know, he had a nice hurdle there, had a whole bunch of yards, and Kentucky just did what they were supposed to do. But things are going to get tough again this week for Kentucky. But we'll start with our pick'ems this week, and we start in your home conference, that ACC, 7:30 on ESPN Friday night. Virginia Tech Hokies travel to Miami to face the number 7 Miami Hurricanes. Miami is a 17.5-point favorite. 53.5 is the over-under. Joey, what do you think about this matchup?
It's David versus Goliath. I mean, I'm pretty confident about this pick. Cam Ward, I mean, he's one of the best quarterbacks in college basketball right now. I mean, he's proven it. But, yeah, I got Miami all the way. Spread, anything. I mean, it's a Miami Hurricane. No pun intended, but, you know.
Well, speaking of Miami Hurricanes, there is a hurricane going through Florida right now.
I know.
I don't know if that'll have any effect on the game tomorrow. I don't know if it'll all be out of there before that or whatnot. Haven't heard much on that.
I was wondering that myself.
But it is in Miami, and like you said, Cam Ward and the guys, they're just going to be way too much for Virginia Tech. I mean, Virginia Tech lost to Vandy at the opening game, and Miami's been putting up video game numbers all year long, and I don't think that that's going to change. Give me Miami in this one as well. I think that they win, and I think that they cover that spread. And the over-under in this one, I think it's going over. I think that Miami's just that good. And, give me Miami for all of it, if they play. I mean, I haven't heard anything on news about it, but
I haven't either.
I'm assuming they are, but there is a hurricane that's heading down in Florida that's going to affect some of these games. So, it's showing 85 degrees down there tomorrow. Maybe it's missing Miami. I don't know, but I think Miami will win, and the Hurricanes will win more than one way this weekend, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So then that's our Friday night game. We're just doing the top 25 here. The next top 25 matchup, Saturday, 12 o'clock on ABC. The Kentucky Wildcats, 2-2, travel to Oxford, Mississippi to face the number 6 Ole Miss Rebels. Ole Miss is a 16-point favorite. The over-under is 52.5. Joey, what do you think about this matchup here?
Well, first of all, give me the over. I'll give you that. Man, I mean, look, I like both. I mean, I like Kentucky. I don't have anything against Ole Miss, but Ole Miss being at home, I mean, as good as Kentucky can be, I just don't see them winning the game. I mean, Jackson Dart's just too good, man. He's He's, like I said again, he's one of the best quarterbacks in the country right now. Right now, as we're speaking. But you know, I don't know. I mean, you never know. I mean, look what Kentucky did to Georgia. Everybody counted them out, said, "Hey, this is going to be a beatdown. This is going to be a 30-point loss." But look what happened. So, um, I think Kentucky's going to play. They're going to be competitive. I think it's going to be close for a while, but I see Ole Miss pulling it out in the second half.
I understand. But I must say, people doubted Kentucky. I doubted Kentucky against Georgia. Kentucky
Mm-hmm.
almost pulled off the upset. The only thing is that was at home. This is
Mm-hmm.
on the road. It's going to be a little bit different environment down there in Ole Miss. The only thing they got going for them, it's going to be a 12 o'clock kickoff.
Yep.
There's supposed to be rain from that hurricane up there, I believe. That could help Kentucky with the running game there
Yep.
if they can get that going. They're supposed to get Chip Training back, their number one running back from Ohio State. Ole Miss, they've put up video game like numbers again. Jackson Dart throws darts out there. They haven't played anybody yet big.
Right.
I don't think that's going to matter though. I think Ole Miss is probably going to pull off the win, but I like Kentucky to cover in this one. But give me the Rebels for the win. I hate doing it, but I think Kentucky keeps it really close and is going to be in that game the whole time. And I don't think Jackson Dart is going to have a whole lot. Give me the under in this one. Surprisingly, take the under.
Well, I do agree with you on the Kentucky cover. I agree with that.
Yeah, we both got the Ole Miss. You got the over. I got the under. We'll see. Hopefully, I'm wrong on this. I would love to be wrong on this one. I'll take
Yeah.
an L on that. The next matchup, 12 o'clock, big noon kickoff on Fox. The Minnesota Golden Gophers travel to Michigan to face the number 12 Michigan Wolverines. Michigan's a 10-point favorite. The over-under is 35.5. That's like an Iowa over-under right there.
Yeah.
Michigan last week, did not run the ball. I mean, did not throw the ball a whole lot, but beat USC in the big house. Joey, what do you think about this one?
Well, I mean, like we talked about Michigan. I mean, I don't know if they're going to be the Michigan they was in the previous year, last year, but it's still up for grabs. But I mean, they're going to have to get the run game going, and give me Michigan in this one. I think it's going to be competitive, a lot more competitive than what people think. I mean, Minnesota's not that great, but I think they're going to put up a fight. But give me Michigan in this one. What was the? That's an Iowa over under. My goodness.
It is.
Give me the under. Give me the under. And give me Michigan. Give me Michigan to cover, but still give me the under. Call me crazy.
I like Michigan in this game too. They kind of proved something last week against USC. Michigan still has a very good defense.
They do.
I think Texas is just that good because Texas beat Michigan pretty good up there. That kind of tells you about how good Texas is.
Yeah.
Michigan can't pass the ball. I mean, their quarterback, Orgy, I think was his name,
Yeah.
30-some yards passing. I mean, that's not good at all.
No.
If they get the run game going, it's pretty good. Their defense, like I said, it's still elite. Give me Michigan in this one. I like Michigan to cover that spread too. I don't think Minnesota's got much for them. 35.5, man. That under is scary. Give me an over on this one. I'm going to take an over. This is not an Iowa game. We love Iowa unders, but I'll take the over on that. But I'm going with the blue on this one. Give me Michigan.
Hey, I can see it. I can see it. I can see the over and under both. I mean, that's a low number.
Yeah, it's very low. The next matchup, the over-under is going to be a little bit higher. We go to the Big 12. And top 25 matchup here. Number 20, Oklahoma State Cowboys travel to Manhattan, Kansas to face the Kansas State Wildcats, number 23 in the nation. Kansas State's a 5-point favorite. Both these teams coming off of losses last week. Joey, who do you have in this Big 12 matchup?
You know what? This is one of the games that I hope I'm home and available to watch the game. This is going to be a really good game. Um, man, I could take a coin and just flip it, just about it. Um, I give Kansas State the slight edge because they're at home. Um, so yeah, I'm gonna go with Kansas State in this game. I ain't pulling off the upset card yet. Um, give me Kansas State in this game. Give me the under in this game too. I know you're going to be
Oh,
shocked. I know you're going to be shocked. Give me the. I'm looking for, at. I mean, a lot of these games are just unpredictable, as in any sport that you can tell. I mean, you could come out. It could be a defensive battle. You never know what's going to happen. But yeah, give me the under in this game. Uh, give me Kansas State, and I think they'll cover the 5-point spread.
so Kansas State last week traveled to BYU, and I picked Kansas State to win. You picked BYU as your upset pick. BYU
Mhm.
dominated Kansas State. The week before, I picked whoever Kansas State was playing. I picked against Kansas State, and Avery Johnson had this like amazing running game and everything. And I'm like, well, I think every time I've picked against Kansas State, they've won. Every time I've picked for them, they've lost. So going by that, Oklahoma State, Oklahoma State didn't play that well last week. They kind of got kind of made it close at the end, but ended up losing that game. I like Kansas State in this one. Give me Avery Johnson and the guys to win this game. There's going to be a lot of running going on here. There's not going to be much running going on Oklahoma State side. They're going to throw the ball around.
Yep.
I like Kansas State for the cover in this one, and I like the over to hit in this one. Give me the over on it. It's a high over,
Oh
but I
boy.
think it's going to be a lot of points scored in this one. Like you said, be a good one to be at the house and watching that. But I'll be watching Kentucky at that time, but I'll keep an eye on that one. The next 12 o'clock matchup, speaking of the number 22 BYU Cougars, 4-0, coming off of their big win last week at Kansas State, travel to Baylor to face Nick Sirianni and the Baylor Bears. Baylor is a 3-point favorite. The over-under is 46.5. Joey, do you like for Sirianni and the boys to get that upset at home?
No, I don't. I do not. Uh, I mean, BYU just got too much firepower. Um, yeah. What was the over under?
46 and
46
a
and a
half.
half. Oh man. Give me the over in this one and give me BYU and the points for BYU.
Like I said, BYU last week dominated Kansas State. I didn't take into any consideration BYU was going to win that. I mean, I almost made an upset pick, but you picked first last week and picked BYU, and I said, I'll go with Kansas State then. And then I was like, I was just picking BYU because I got to the end, and I was just going to pick an upset. So I wasn't even really confident in that pick. Turns
Yeah.
out I was wrong. The BYU looked really good. Baylor, on the other hand, blew it against Colorado. No other way around it. Nick Sirianni, as you called him over there on the sidelines, I mean, just a
Yeah.
meltdown. I think BYU is going to win this game here. Give me the under on this one too. And I think that, what is that spread on that again? 3. Baylor's the favorite in this one. Give me BYU then. So that's an upset pick right there. Baylor's the favorite. I am shocked by that. Give me BYU for the upset. And we may be falling into that trap I talk about, the overreaction, but we'll see.
We'll see.
The next matchup, 3:30 matchup on CBS, the Wisconsin Badgers travel to LA to face the USC Trojans, number 13 in the land. USC is a 15.5-point favorite. The over-under is 51.5. Joey, do you think USC will bounce back from their loss last week at Michigan?
Yes, they will. And when I see Wisconsin in a game, everything in me wants to say under. But give me the over in this game. I think USC is going to bounce back. Just don't put Moses Moss for any rushing yards whatsoever because it's not happening. But yeah, I think USC is going to have a bounce back game. Yeah, give me USC Give me the over.
I like USC big here too. I think that they're going to cover that spread. I think they're going to come back
Yep.
on fire, coming back home. Wisconsin's definitely not Michigan, and it's going to show. Um, I just think that last week it was kind of their welcome to the Big Ten moment. It's their first Big Ten game. They're
Yeah.
on the road traveling cross country. Well, it's opposite this time. Wisconsin's got to travel cross country for the conference game. And they're just not a very good team overall, I don't think. People keep saying, they were decent. They lost to Alabama a few weeks ago, not even close. Give me USC in this one. And, Miller Miles is not going to, run the ball at all.
No.
So just give me USC in this one. And I think the over's hitting, and I think they cover that spread. Oh, man. The next matchup, another top 25 matchup, number 15, Louisville Cardinals. Travel to Notre Dame to face the number 16 Notre Dame Fighting Irish at 3-1. Notre Dame is a 7-point favorite in this one. Joey, what do you think about this matchup right here?
Well, this is an intriguing one for sure. Especially with my picks on our podcast with Notre Dame. They've knocked
You're
me
right
out
last
of
week.
but they've also knocked me out of being perfect one week. Oh man, I know this is going to strike a little fire here, but give me Louisville. It hurts. I know it hurts, but give me Louisville in this game. I know Notre Dame's at home, but I'm pulling out the upset card. Give me Louisville. Let's see. Over under 46.5. Give me the under.
Oh, man. Louisville, undefeated. Cupcake schedule, like usual.
Yep.
Don't really play a whole lot to the end of the year when they face Kentucky, and they'll get their chest all puffed out. Kentucky will knock them back down. Notre Dame lost to Northern Illinois. Played a pretty good game against Texas.
But Northern Illinois is pretty good. I mean,
they lost last week though.
But they're good.
But I mean, it's L's down. I'm not going with Louisville here. There's no doubt about it. Give me Notre Dame, but I think that Louisville will keep it close. I think it's going to be a lot closer than what the spread is there. I like Notre Dame to win this, but Louisville to keep it close. And give me the under in this one as well. I think it'll be more of a defensive battle there. But, go Irish in this one. Beat Louisville. And that's our first disagreement today, I think.
There we go.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it.
The next matchup, 3:30 on ABC. Number 21, Oklahoma Sooners at 3-1. Travel to Auburn, Alabama to face the Auburn Tigers. It says for the spread, Auburn off. I don't know what that means. I've never seen that before. The over-under is 45.5. Joey, I guess this is just a regular old pick 'em here. Who you got? Oklahoma coming off of a close loss to well, not a close loss. They weren't really close in that Tennessee game. Or Auburn. Who you got?
I got Oklahoma. I mean, I'm like you, man. I'm not sure why it says off. I've never seen that.
I haven't either.
Never seen it on the spread, but, give me Oklahoma. Give me the under in this one. I'm not usually big on the unders, but, I mean, Auburn's at home. I know they're going to be hyped up, but I think Oklahoma will do enough, to get past them. So, yeah, give me the under.
Oklahoma last week got beat down by Tennessee. It wasn't even close. They couldn't do a whole lot. They changed quarterbacks in the second half because they couldn't get nothing going. Auburn, on the other hand, lost to Arkansas. And did you see what their coach said after the game? He was talking about Arkansas's team, and he's like, Sam Pittman is one of my best friends. He's like, but I'm telling you right now, he said, if we played them 10 times, he said, we beat them 9. Like, Okay, so you're saying the one time you lost to them was that one right there. It's like you've got your tail kicked all year long. You're not a very good football team.
No,
Oklahoma's going to come in. I mean, you lost to California. I didn't even know California still played football,
I
and they
didn't
come
either.
into your house and beat you. Give
Yeah,
me Oklahoma in this one. I think Oklahoma wins. I think they cover whatever spread that off is, and I think that the under is going to hit in this one too. I don't think a whole lot
yeah.
of offense is going on in this one, but give me Oklahoma in this one and Auburn to lose with their coach with his stupid sayings. The
Like,
next 3:30 matchup,
why would
yeah,
you even say that? Why?
I no idea. So speaking of Arkansas, they're in our next matchup, 3:30 matchup. Arkansas at 3-1. Who if they played Texas A&M 10 times, they're probably only winning once if you ask Hugh Freeze. But
Yeah.
anyways, they face the number 24 Texas A&M Aggies. Texas A&M's a 5.5-point favorite. Joey, do you like Arkansas to win at least one of this? 1 out of 10 in this one.
Well, this is another one of the matchups where I think on paper it, looks fine, but I think it's going to be a really good game to watch. I'm going to keep my eye on this one too. Um, Give me Texas A&M in this one, um, and give me the under 52 and a half. I mean, man, these over unders are high on these games. Um, yeah, give me Texas A&M. Give me the under.
So Texas A&M, they lost one game this year, and that was the first game of the year to Notre Dame.
Yeah,
Of course, I went with Texas A&M. They lost. Arkansas, they have only lost one game, and it was a very close one on the road to Oklahoma State. I don't think Arkansas is a very good team, really. I mean, Auburn's coach may be right, but I mean, after you take a beat down like that, you can't talk that trash.
no,
Um,
no,
give, so I'm going to pick an upset here. I'm going to take Arkansas to win this game. Now, I know Arkansas, Kentucky. I really can't be picking them, but this ain't basketball. I think Arkansas will come out. I think they'll win this game. They'll cover that spread because they're winning. And give me the under on this one, too. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of points done in this one. 52.5 is a lot. But give me Arkansas with an upset. The next matchup, 4:15. I can tell you right now, I'm not picking an upset in this one, and you probably won't either. We'll see. On the SEC network, the Mississippi State Bulldogs travel to Austin, Texas to face the number one Texas Longhorns. Texas is a 37.5-point favorite. The over-under 61.5. Joey, you like Mississippi State to pull off the upset here?
no, no. No, I mean, this is a no-brainer. I mean, dude, Texas is a different animal, man. And bad as I know you don't like to hear it, but Texas and Tennessee are on another level. I mean, can you imagine a Texas Tennessee head to head? I mean, my God. But yeah, no, give me Texas in this one. I mean, 37 and a half Texas and score that the first half. I mean, and probably will. And give me the over. I mean, give me the over. I know Mississippi State may score a few points, but I just think Texas is going to just put the pedal down and yeah.
So this is Texas's welcome into the very first SEC game as a member of the. What just happened? My God. What happened? Why is this up here? So yeah, this is Texas's introduction into the SEC. So I mean, and like they get this is the team that they get. They get Mississippi State for their first game. Kind of a cupcake to begin your SEC play, but I like Texas to win this one. Coach of Texas is not sure who's starting yet, whether it's Quinn Ewers or Archie Manning. It really does not matter. I mean, you could throw.
Well, I mean, Quinn Ewers don't need a backup, so
that's what he says, but he still may be injured. So that might be why you hold him out. I'd definitely hold him out in this one, but give me Texas to win this one. Give me Texas to cover. I like the under in this one, though. That's a very high over-under. Give that to me.
Fair enough.
Next matchup, 7 o'clock matchup. Actually, we'll hop out of this top 25 real quick. We'll head to a 4 o'clock matchup on Tobacco Road. The North Carolina Tar Heels travel to Durham to face the undefeated Duke Blue Devils. Duke's a 2.5-point favorite. The over-under is 55.5. Joey, you like your Tar Heels to bounce back this week against the Blue Devils?
Yes and no. This is going to be a pick that I'm not going to – I don't know if I can pick one way or the other because after what Carolina showed last week, it's – I don't know. They're like Jekyll and Hyde, schizophrenia. You never know if they're going to play good, if they're not going to play good. I don't even know. Like, should Duke be able to beat them? No. But can Duke beat them? Absolutely. So, I mean, I'm a big-time Tar Heel fan, but I'm also going to just spit straight facts. Like, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, we're going to beat Duke just because it's Duke. No. No. You let James Madison hang 70 on you, I'm not sure about Duke.
So you're rolling with?
I'm going to roll with my Tar Heels, obviously, but I'm still unsure about it.
Man, before last week, I was like, man, Carolina could sneak in, maybe sneak into the ACC championship, compete for it. That's out the window.
So did I.
I don't think that's happening.
No.
Give me the Blue Devils in this one. I think that they win it. I think that they cover. I'm going to take the over in this one, but it's going to be a competitive game. I think that Carolina's going to step up and show a little bit of something in this one. I don't think they'll win, but they won't roll over like they did last week against James Madison. They can't. They can't, right? They can't.
Well, I don't know.
You wouldn't think?
You wouldn't think so. You wouldn't think so.
But you never know.
But you never know.
We head back into the top 25 for our next matchup. Number 3, Ohio State Buckeyes, undefeated, heading to East Lansing, Michigan to face the Michigan State Spartans. Ohio State's a 23.5-point favorite. The over-under is 48.5. Joey, you like an upset here at nighttime in East Lansing?
No, I do not. I think Juckins will have something to say about that. He's playing good this year. Yeah, give me Ohio State, man. There's so many good teams that I can set name like in the top 10. And it's like, how can you go against them? But no, give me Ohio State. Give me Ohio State to cover and give me the over.
Ohio State last week come out and Marshall come out and scored right on them. And it's like, oh, man, Marshall may have some. No, that was about the end of that right there. Ohio State, man. Like you said, Judkins, he didn't even start. You had Henderson out there running back. He had a big game. And then you got Ibuka as a wide receiver. Then you got Smith, the freshman, out there. And then you got, Will Howard throwing to him. And it's just like weapons all over the place for Ohio State. I think they win this. I think they win big at Michigan State. Michigan State's not very good this year. Give me Ohio State to win this one, and give me Ohio State to win big on the road this weekend. They're just too powerful, man. Just crazy. The next matchup, top 25, the Stanford Cardinal travel to Clemson to face number 17 Clemson Tigers. Clemson's a 21.5-point favorite. The over-under is 57.5. Is that right? 57.5?
That's what it says.
Man,
My goodness.
who you like in this matchup, Joey?
I like the under in this matchup for sure. Um, I mean, I don't know. Give me Clemson because they're at home. Klubnik, I mean, he's not played bad this year, but I don't know. Just give me Clemson. Give me Clemson because they're at home. Then give me the under. Like that's a high over under. Man, that's. I mean, if they were playing like Miami, I could see I could see that kind of over under, but not Stanford.
Clemson has, they lost the first game of the year to Georgia and got beat down. It
Yeah,
wasn't even close. But
yeah,
since then, they've played pretty good. They've bounced back. They've been
yeah.
pretty good on offense. Stanford, they got that one good wide receiver last year that just tore up Travis Hunter when they just kept playing him against Colorado in that game.
Yeah, over and over.
He's back this year. He's pretty good, decent wide receiver, but I don't think that matters in this one. I think Clemson wins this one. Give me the over in this one. Or no, give me Clemson to cover, but I'll take the under in that one, man. 57.5. It's a lot. We may be proven wrong. I mean, it may be a 40 to 30-some game, but give me Clemson to win this one.
When you first said give me the over, I'm like, oh my.
I mean, Clemson going over the spread, yeah.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
The next matchup, top 25, number 18, Iowa State Cyclones travel to Houston to face the Houston Cougars. Iowa State's a 16-point favorite. The over-under is 43.5. Joey, you like a home upset here for Houston?
No, I mean, some of these games, especially in college, are so predictable. I mean, you take a top 25 team, and unless they're playing somebody like a Northern Illinois that's just surprisingly good, but no, give me Iowa State in this one. Give me the over in this one, and yeah, give me the over in Iowa State. What do you think?
I like Iowa State in this one. I mean, Houston's bad. Houston's not a very good team at all this year.
No.
Iowa State beat Iowa earlier in the year in their little rivalry game for the Cyclone State. But I like Iowa State to win this one. I think that they'll cover this spread, and I'm going to take the under on this one, man. I just don't think that, there's going to be a whole lot of points scored in this game because Iowa State likes their defense too, and Houston doesn't like their offense. So give me Iowa State. The next matchup, 7:30 matchup on ABC. The number 2 Georgia Bulldogs travel to Tuscaloosa to face the number 4 Alabama Crimson Tide. Georgia is a 1-point favorite on the road. The over-under is 50.5. Joey, what do you think about this matchup right here? This is the game of the week right here.
Give me the under. Give me the under starting off. Man, this is Goliath versus Goliath right here. Well, maybe not Goliath, but if it was Georgia and Texas, I would say Goliath versus Goliath. But I mean, man, Alabama at home. Give me Georgia in this one. Give me Georgia. Carson Beck. I mean, he's well. You got Milrow too. I mean, this is on paper. You're looking at this and you're like, man, it's like it's almost dead even. But I don't know. Give me Georgia. What do you think?
Man, this is the tough one right here. This is the one I'll be sitting down ready to watch. Georgia's lost 2 games in the last 4 years in the regular season, both to Alabama. That's their only losses. They've got like a 43-game regular season winning streak on the line in Tuscaloosa.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Kentucky played Georgia tough a few weeks ago, and I'm like, want Georgia to win, kind of to see, if maybe that was Kentucky's just that good. But I think Alabama being at home, I'm going to take the Crimson Tide. We're rolling with the Tide on this one. Give me the Tide in the home upset. They're the home dogs, but give me them to win this one. And roll Tide roll on this one. I'm taking the over because these two teams, as good a defense as both of them are, somehow they always find a way to end up in a little bit of a shootout. So give me the Tide in this one. But, man, it's going to be a fun one to watch.
Well, let me ask you this. And I know you're a Kentucky fan through and through, and I'm 100% fine with that. But when you say, like Georgia played Kentucky, or Kentucky played Georgia tough, okay?
Mm-hmm.
And they did. They played really well.
Yep.
But if I'm looking at it from a Georgia standpoint, are you going to get more up and hyped to play Kentucky, or are you going to get more up and hyped to play Alabama at Alabama? Because you know what I'm saying?
Oh, and yeah, definitely it's going to be Alabama.
Not taking nothing away from Kentucky whatsoever, because I do love Kentucky's football team, love their coach, love the program, but that's why I think this game's going to be more of a build-up, and more of a shootout.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a shootout because I think both teams are going to come out and it's going to, they're going to want to. I mean, it's going to start slow, I think, but once it gets picked up and steam gets rolling, it's on. And you're definitely going to be more hyped to play Alabama. But also on the other side, are you like, well, Nick Saban's not over there anymore. We could take these guys a little bit lightly. Is that the same?
Yeah,
maybe.
kind of the same concept,
Even though Alabama's coach was in the national championship game last year with Washington, but Georgia may be taking light. Hey, Saban's not over there. We got this, and then all of a sudden, Alabama wins. We'll see, but it'll be a good one. The next matchup, another top 25 matchup on NBC, 7:30. Number 19, Illinois Fighting Illini, undefeated, travels to Happy Valley to face the number 9 Penn State Nittany Lions, who's 3-0. Penn State's a 19.5-point favorite. The over-under is 47.5. Joey, do you like Illinois to pull off an upset here in Penn State?
Yes, I do.
Oh man,
I do. I'm gonna
pick.
I'm gonna pull it right now. There it is. I like Illinois to win. It's still going to be a great game, no matter how you look at it. But it's another one of them games you look at on paper, and both teams have been playing good all year. But yeah, give me Illinois, and give me the over.
Illinois played pretty good this year. They beat Nebraska last week with what Patrick Mahomes looking dude as quarterback.
Yeah.
I picked come here, guys. I picked Nebraska to win that game because I thought they were going to be back, and then Illinois comes out surprises. Penn State, on the other hand, I've mentioned on this podcast every week so far. Penn State does not lose unless it's Ohio State or Michigan. I've got Penn State in this one. I don't think that they cover the 19.5-point spread. I think that's a lot. I think it's going to be closer than that. Give me the over in this one. Give me the over. But Penn State wins it at home because, like I said, they're not playing Ohio State. They're not playing Michigan, so they usually win these games. So I'm rolling with the Nittany Lions in that one.
Here we go.
The next matchup, 7:45, the South Alabama Jaguars. Are they Jaguars? Man, I don't know.
I don't know either.
Here we go again. That's the first one I missed so far. Travel to LSU to face the number 14 LSU Tigers. LSU's a 20.5-point favorite. The over-under 65.5. Joey, LSU kind of struggled last week to beat South Carolina. You think that they have a struggle this week?
Well, I mean, they only beat South Carolina by 3, so I don't think they struggle this week. I think they bounce back and they get their stuff together. Give me LSU. 65.5. I mean, that man, these over-unders, like, what in the world My goodness. I mean, you almost have to take the under in that one, but give me the over. Give me the over.
I'm with you all the way on this one. I think LSU comes out, they pound this team, they get all their stats,
Yeah.
they go up really early by a lot, and they pull off the win. No letdown after last week's escape from South Carolina. I mean, they escaped that game right there. But give me LSU to bounce back. I don't think LSU's really that great of a team, but they're not playing anybody. South Alabama's coming in at nighttime. Nighttime's different down there in Death Valley.
Yep.
Give me LSU. I think LSU covers the spread, and I'm going to go ahead and take the over too. I think that's a lot of points, but it's going to get put up, I think, LSU mostly. And the next matchup, man, we got some West Coast. It used to be Pac-12 After Dark, which I guess this one would be considered Pac-12 After Dark. The Washington State Cougars at 4-0, who are still in the Pac-12, travel to Boise to face the new number 25 Boise State Broncos. On the blue field, Boise State 6.5-point favorite, 65.5 is the over/under. Joey, another one of them spreads, man. Who you got?
I mean, I know Boise State. I mean, they played Oregon. Only lost by 3. So I mean, they have show potential. They can play. But man, that's a big over under. My goodness. Give me Washington State in this game. Yeah, I'm gonna roll with them. Give me the under because I just don't see that big of a scoring game. But yeah.
Well, I'm going to go against you in this one. Give me the Boise State Broncos at home on that blue field at nighttime. Like you said, they played Oregon close. Washington State, I know, hasn't lost a game yet, but Cam Ward's not that quarterback up there anymore. But
True.
I think that it's going to be a lot of scoring going on in this game. I'm going to take the over in this one. And I think Boise State covers that spread. We're in for a shootout of a game, I think, at 10 o'clock on Saturday night, Pac-12 After Dark. Give me the Boise State Broncos on that blue field, man. Can't wait to watch that blue field at 10 o'clock at night.
Maybe get some player props in on that game.
Yeah. Speaking of player props, this one may you want to stay away from. The Arizona Wildcats travel to Utah to face the number 10 Utah Utes, who are undefeated. Utah's an 8-point favorite. 47.5 is the over-under. Joey, do you like Arizona to pull an upset here?
No. Nope. I got Utah at home, Utah to cover, and give me the over. I just don't think Arizona's got enough firepower. Not for Utah at home.
No, Utah, last week I went against Utah because we didn't know if Cam Rising was playing or not. That did not matter. Utah, if Cam Rising plays, I mean, that'll be good for them. But that defense is what's doing it for Utah right now.
Yeah.
They've got a really good defense, and I think that's going to show this time. Arizona's supposed to have a good offense. They don't have enough firepower for Utah in this one. I like Utah to win this one. I like Utah to cover this spread. And I like the under to hit in that 47.5. Give me the under. Give me Utah. All Utah. The final top 25 matchup of the week. 11 o'clock on Fox. Man, this is a late one on Fox. They're going late night on Fox. The number 8 Oregon Ducks travel to Pasadena to face the UCLA Bruins. Oregon's a 25.5-point favorite. The over-under is 55.5. Joey, you like UCLA to pull off the upset here against Oregon?
No, I do not. Even though, I mean, Oregon played, what was it, Boise State? 34-37? So, but, no, UCLA is just not good. They're just not good. Give me Dylan Gabriel all the way. Give me the over in this one and Oregon to cover.
I like Oregon to win this one too. I like Oregon to cover. Oregon's got a lot of firepower. They started to get things going the last game that they played. Dylan Gabriel's finally getting in the rhythm there with Ferguson and James in the backfield. I think that they win. I think that they cover. UCLA had a decent game last week after the big loss to Indiana the week before, but I don't think that that's I don't think that that's going to matter this week. Oregon's going to pound them. Give me the Ducks, quack quack to beat to beat UCLA, and that is the top 25 matchups. But Joey, don't we always go to one certain team out of the top 25 that's not Kentucky or Carolina? And that
Yes, we
is
do.
3:30. Coach Prime and the Colorado Buffaloes travel to Orlando to face the Central Florida Knights. Central Florida is a 14-point favorite in this one. The over-under 61.5. Joey, hurricanes and all that going on down there in Florida. Who you like in this one? Do you like Coach Prime and them for the big upset? And that would be a big upset.
Oh, boy. Well, I would usually, I don't know, Coach Prime and his boys. I mean, we've talked about this a lot. Like Travis Hunter, like I mean, if you keep him on one side of the ball, they're wearing him out. Man, what's your thoughts on it?
I've got UCF in this one. I don't think. I mean, Central Florida, they got a good running back, Harvey there. He's pretty good. They're at home. They pounded some team last year. I think at Oklahoma State, they pounded them last year in one of those downpours. If it's a downpour this year, it's going to be the same thing. I know Travis Hunter and Shadur, they went and played at Florida before transferring to Florida. I mean, they played in the state of Florida before transferring to Colorado. I just don't think Colorado, they don't have much of a defense. Travis Hunter's the best player, but he's playing both ways. Yeah. Travis Hunter is the best player on the team, one of the best players in the nation. Shadur Sanders is going to play in the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Horn may have a shot playing in the NFL. Past that, they've got nothing. They've got no running game, although they tried to establish the run last week. They didn't really work out that well. They had an exciting game and all that, but give me UCF to win this game. I don't think that they covered. Colorado will keep it close. I think it'll stay within 10 or so, but I think UCF wins, and I like the over in this one. I think it's going to be a lot of offense going on.
I agree with you. I mean, there for a minute, I wanted to pull the trigger and say, "Give me Coach Prime and the boys," but no, I just wanted to hear your opinion first because I felt the same. I mean, because we always keep up with Colorado because
it's fun.
It's fun. It's one of them teams you keep up with. They're always in the headlines. But yeah, I mean, you got that little part of me that says, yeah, Coach Prime and the boys, Travis Hunter, pull the trigger. But no, no, I agree.
Yeah, I think that's how it's going to be this time. And man, it's going to be fun to watch. We got a lot of football to watch this weekend for college, and can't wait to check it out.
Yeah, don't overreact on Colorado.
I'll tell you what, don't overreact on any of this because you think you know it, and it's like Roddy Piper said. Well, just when you think you've got all the answers, college football changes the questions.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a good one, man. Georgia, Alabama this week. Can't wait for that one. Kentucky, Ole Miss. That's going to be a good game. Duke, Carolina, rivalry game. I mean, come on, man. Yeah.
No, I'm looking more forward to the Georgia Alabama game than I am the Duke Carolina game in football. Now, if it was Duke Carolina basketball, that's a whole nother story. But
I almost went and seen who James Madison was playing so we could pick that game, but I didn't want to do that.
Well, let's see. Let's see. Let's go look.
Let's do it. Let's do one more here while we're at it. James Madison, they're in the Fun Belt, so we'll check out the Dukes. Let's see who they've got this week. And James Madison plays Ball State. James Madison's a 20-point favorite. 57.5 is the over-under. Joey, you like Ball State to get an upset here at James Madison?
No. And I hope James Madison hangs 100 on them. No, I'm just kidding. No, I like
they can stop. That way they can stop saying that.
Yeah, I mean, dude. I mean, like I told you, I mean, on Tuesday night we're gonna be seeing James Madison. I mean, I'm looking down through their schedule, man, and I don't see. Well, they got App State, Marshall, Georgia State.
Yeah.
I
App
mean,
State's down though, so
Georgia Southern. I see some stuff, but I mean, they got the potential to win a lot of games this year. Looking at their schedule, and not just because they beat Carolina, but I mean, they won their first 30-7. They beat Gardner Webb 13-6, and then hung 70 on Carolina. I mean, like, what's going on here? I mean, do we got a
I
do we
like
got a
James Madison in
sleeper
this one
team?
too.
Do we got a sleeper team here?
We may. I like James Madison to win this one too. I mean, it's hard for one guy to play every position on the field, but somehow he did it last week, and I think that he's just going to continue that this week and give me James
He did.
Madison and the Dukes to win this one. I think that they cover that spread too, and I'll
Yeah.
take the over on this one. Ball State's not a very good team
No.
but I mean, are we overreacting? We could be. We've done that before. You think you know one thing one week, and the next week it's an overreaction. It's like, oh man, Carolina, they lost by 20 to James Madison. Then they come out, maybe they pound Duke. Maybe they roll over and they give up. Kentucky with South Carolina, perfect. Lost 31-6. Everybody said Kentucky's going to get pounded by Georgia. They come out and they almost beat Georgia. So you just never know how it's going to end up. But it'll be interesting to see for sure.
For sure. It will. I mean, that's why I like sports, man. Sports is so unpredictable. You never know what's going to happen.
So just looking here, and I see someone say, go Tennessee football in the chat. Maria, Tennessee, they're not playing week, and we're not talking about that team this week. That's all I've got to say about that.
Yeah, if you're gonna say go any team that starts with a T, just like make it Texas.
Yeah, I can deal with Texas right now. This ain't Texas, but it ain't Tennessee either. So,
and I'm not Beyonce. So,
yeah. All right. Well, that'll do it for this episode here. And, a little bit of a pause there, getting going in the middle of this first YouTube live for us on this one here. But, Hey, it's live, so it happens. But, man, we'll hop off here and see how we do and get ready for some football this week, man. I'm excited. Can't wait for it.
Me too, man. Me too.
All right. Well, we'll catch you all next week. Yelling from the couch. See ya.
See ya.